welcome back. And we are continuing going into some sort of complex raw queries. We're getting a little drifting, I apologize, I guess, in a sense. We're drifting into some more complex SQL, which is not really in our general Django Python tutorials, but it's something that's going to be useful for us. So last time around, we were able to get, we're looking at building out some information here. Here at the roadmap levels. I want to be able to see for timeframes, what are the child timeframes and tasks. Doing so, we've got the child timeframes. If we look at this guy, he's got annual and professional goals. I'm looking at the roadmap. I'm sorry, here. So this is the one I'm looking at, and what I need to do, did I get that? Oh, so I'm going to probably want to pull these guys actually here. So let's actually look up, we'll fix that. Putting it in the wrong place, but that's okay. Based on this, whoops. So, here we go. Roadmap has 7 children, which is interesting that I've managed to somehow break that one because now he's looking at all of the children in there. So interesting. And because they're all under that roadmap, not under, so it's under all of these time frames, because I have a child time frame and I have some other time frames. Anyways, so right now what we're getting is we're getting these 2 time frames for this one, and we have counted the children, but now we need to count the tasks. And what we end up having to do here is we're going to end up taking this big thing and we're going to wrap it. We're going to call it source. I guess we're going to call it, we'll call it main. And then what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do select star from that. We'll actually do main.star from this query. Which is going to give us essentially this information. And then what we need to do, I want to do it with the group by. So I'm going to get all the way here, and then I'm going to have to left join on TP project, underscore task. We're going to call it T on T dot, and what do we call it? Time frame ID equals main dot. What are we calling it? It's going to be main dot. It's the actual ID. So we can actually keep it here. So we're going to call it, because it comes back here. So main dot. We may not have to do that. So we just do it here. I think we can do that. So let's do this. T.star. So we're just going to bring all the tasks in for each of those. So if we do that, let's see what we get. It may not take it. Okay. So generally speaking, we need to take select star from, let's do this. Let's take it in pieces. So we'll come back. First, we're going to do select star from the time frame. And then we would left join him on, actually we can just do that. And actually, I think we can do it here where he equals tf1.id. And then we're going to have our where. And if we look at that, actually we do want, because we want this to be, and time frame equals 1. Let's just take that for now. Did we? T got time frame ID. Oh, let's look at what we did. We typoed something here. Oh, my mistake. So take him, and this is going to get us our tasks. Or not. Where TF.1.parent ID equals this. Oh, it's not. This is going to be TF1 dot time frame ID. Oh, already got it. My mistake. So if I go here, what am I missing on that? Oh, I have that. Let's see, on left join that on that. There we go. Foolish SQL issue. Okay, so there's all my tasks within that time frame. And so I'm seeing this here. Oh, it's because it goes up to the roadmap. So it's not where the roadmap is. Oh, yes. Because this is going to be all tasks under a roadmap. For a given one, oh, that should work because I'm going to get everybody where the time frame, and actually I guess all the tasks are probably tied up to this guy right now. If I look at my, I don't know, do I have tasks? I have task lists. Here we go. Yes, I'm going to actually see all of these guys, but I'm going to see them twice because I'm going to see them based on the ID. So now what I need to do is I need to find a way to left join these things. And what I probably want to do, let's see. So I'm based on here. So if I look at a roadmap, I'm not going to bother with it, but I am going to do within here. So for this given ID, so this is actually, and this is actually in roadmap, so we're going to fix that. That's where we're going to move our query. So given an ID of this guy, which is a time frame, I want to do my tasks, which should be 3 that are tied to that task alone. So let's go back and look at this. So if I select from the time frame, oh, that's where I had where that was everybody. Now I build this back in. This is going to look a little better. Clean this up. So now I'm just seeing first quarter, I've got 3 tasks. Second quarter, I've got 3 tasks. So they're not actually assigning right. Well, because I've got these 3 tasks and it's by quarter. I'm trying to figure out because I'm doing left join task on that. So it's everywhere that the time frame ID. So these guys didn't get their time frame IDs built right, I don't think. Oh, I bet I have. Oh, maybe I do. Do I have tasks? So he's got, let's see. So if I go back and look here, if I look at second quarter goals, I don't have any tasks. If I look at first quarter goals, I do have tasks. Create application version 1, for example. Oh, but that's not what I'm looking at. I should see, my mistake, I should see up here. For this one, I should see these 3. So I see those 3, but I see them across the 2 time frames. So let's go look at our query here. Let's see. So if I go here, I'm going to select star from time frame. I'm going to left join the task on that where time frame parent ID equals 1, but it's actually where. So let's look at this real quick, looking at my results. I really need where, if I look at those tasks, So first quarter, if I look at these guys, what's the differentiating? That is this ID. So I don't think he's coming up right. So the task should be, oh, that's what it is. I'm looking at the task based on the children, and I don't want it there. I want it actually here. So I want the time frame ID equals to 1. I don't know. Oh, yeah, where parent ID equals 1. No, this is where timeframe.id equals 1. So I can actually do it t.timeframeID equals tf1.id. So I can do it like this. My mistake. And so now, whoop, now I'm going to see my 3. So I've got my 3 tasks. Whoopsie. So let's flip over here. If I look real quick at this, I can see, so this one gives me my children. This one gives me my tasks, or my task child thing. So what I can do here is I'm going to make this my main. And then what I need to do is left join. Actually, it's going to be an inner join, I believe. Well, we can probably do a left join. It's going to get really complicated really fast. So I'm going to left join this guy. This will be goals on goals.id equals main.id. Let's see how this works out. And so this one is just going to be, I want to do, this is going to be tf.id as ID, comma, well, we'll leave it as ID. And then we're going to do the second, which is going to be t.id is going to be tid. And so this is going to be main.t. Let's do that. Let's do main.star, comma, the second guy, goals, and we'll do goals.star. And then we're going to have to do the where again. So where main.id equals 1, because this is where we're going to have our guy again. I don't think I need that. Let's see. Did we get it? Okay, it's an empty set. So let's go look at our 2 queries. So our first query gives us this. And we have children, so we have a period and we have an ID. And then what we need to do, oh, he's actually not going to be in there. So we have to, within each of these, oh, goals is actually a separate count. My mistake. All right, so then we're going to do this. Okay, I'm jumping ahead a little bit because there's a lot of complex stuff there that was in the SQL that I wanted to work through. What we ended up with is we do have a nice little query here that gives us a number of children. So what we need to do is we plug that in, and it ends up, we're tying it up to the roadmap. So it's going to be where the roadmap ID equals this value that we're going to send in. It's just something a little new. So we've got our raw query. We go ahead and we're going to tag our order by into the SQL. And then that allows us to do our order by, which we'll see here by name. And then what we do is we do, within this raw, you do comma, and then you're going to give it an array of values. We just have one, so it's going to be ID, and it's going to plug ID into the %s. If we had a second one, like we could do %s, and then we could do maybe another %s here, then we do ID, comma, whatever that second value is. So now with that and our query, then all we need to do is update our roadmap list. Roadmap edit, and we're going to add children, and we're going to take this extra column we just add, which is children itself. We called it children, you see here, and we're going to do that to display. So now we're going to see this query. I'm going to see that pop over on this screen, and we can see that we have 2 children. Actually, let's change that a little bit, and we're going to say has, just to make it a little cleaner, has that children. And we could do tasks, but we'll wait. Let's see, we'll just keep it as a period. So now we'll see is how many children it has. And then we're going to go into this. And I don't know if I want to deal with goals or not. We'll sort of see how that looks. But that does mean we need to update this one, essentially the same. And so we'll come back around next time, and we're going to do a couple of those things. We're going to do that, and actually we're probably going to change up a little bit of our navigation so we can add goals and time frames and do it in a way that makes a little more sense. So it's not that painful thing that we did here where we kept having to do back arrows and stuff like that. So we're continuing to clean it up, getting there. It's almost done as far as general functionality, and then we'll be doing more user experience stuff. But that's it for this part of raw queries and using some parameters. As always, go out there, have yourself a great day, a great week, and we will talk to you